So Thermaltake sent over the Floe Riing 240 AIO cooler, and this is a liquid cooler obviously if you're new to that. This is a fully RGB, crazy configurations of RGB. That's what I've been looking at and doing my research before I even done unboxing. But I thought I'd do an unboxing quickly just to show you what you get in the box, and then we're going to test it, test it for sound, test it for the pump sounds, we'll test it for airflow and see how cool we can keep a CPU cool in the Thermaltake case itself, which I think we're using the C23 TG case. Well, that's what we're going to be using. It makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, this is 16.8 million colours, PWM, and painted design. And you know what? This is quite funny. I ain't even got a knife, but I'm gonna try and use my best skills of opening up the plastic. And who am I kidding? I need a knife. So you get a lot of stuff just straight out of the box. You get these easy to read instructions to tell you exactly where all the components you're meant to be getting in the box, how to connect it to the retention bracket, to the CPU and everything like that. It's all very self-explanatory, and yeah, this is quite cool. That's there. And then what's this one? So this is the Ring Plus RGB software, showing you how to use it. There's a peripheral load of stuff that's going on with it, where you can do the RPM speeds, turn it up, change colors, and cycle different functions to the RGB fans. And then I guess this is my Thermaltake warranty. So you've got your warranty in there. Right, oh my god, there's so much stuff. So if I just, I'll get it out one by one, I guess. So this is for AM4 and all like the new Intel as well. So you've got some riser screws there. God, you got so many screws. You've got more screws than what you get in the case. AM4 bolt screws there. Bracket to go across the pump on top. An old school AMD bracket. Intel bracket for all Intel. Retention bracket at the back. And I think this is for AM4 obviously as well. It does look a bit fatter than normal. The other one was a little bit longer. Then we've got the controller inside. So we've got the back controller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans that you can put on the side there, it looks like. And then you've got a controller to connect to the actual motherboard, and then a micro USB connector on the side there. And then we've got all like the tabs as well. Crazy. So you've got tabs that stick to the base here, and then you stick it to your motherboard, so no static electricity, and make sure everything goes right. Got big bolts, one of them, oh there we go, so 4 in there, and then the other riser screws there. You got these lovely cables I can see coming off the fans. So yeah, these are the lovely Thermaltake new edition fans. You can see it's the new logo, not the orangey reflective logo, and not the one before that. These are the newest Thermaltake RGB fans, and they've got nice nice sealed casing for the actual cable, so it hides all the guff. It looks nice. They look pretty long as well, which is quite nice because then you can tie them up, and they look like they could be flattened down, which I like about it as well. God, they are pretty long, aren't they? Okay, so you get the fans in there. I'm not going to take this fan out because it's exactly the same. And then you've got some of the cables to connect to the controller and the Molex connector end. So you can use the Molex connector end. I don't know what that end's called again. I'll have to find out what that is. Never know what this connector is. I think it's some old school connector, but anyway, you can go into your motherboard, I guess. I don't know. But you've got a Molex connector there. And then you've got the micro USB end, and then the USB connector for your motherboard that goes in there as well. And then we've got the final excuse me excuse me again. So now we've got the radiator, and then it is already pre-mounted the thermal compound, which is on the side there. It looks pretty nice. They haven't put loads on there. Then you've got these nice shiny reflective tubing. It's quite solid. It's not super long or anything like that. It looks about 30 centimeters long. Then from the pump, You've got a 3-pin DC pump, and then you've got a nice black cable, so it's all sealed up nicely. And then this goes into the controller as well, and this is a USB connector. And then you've got the Thermaltake logo, which lights up. And the radiator looks good, there's no bends in it or anything like that. It looks good quality, and it looks like it will fit into most stuff. It's the standard though for any sort of AIO. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place everything in the computer case. So I've got the Thermaltake C23 TG case, then I've got the old school Thermaltake RGB fan. So we're going to see what the difference is and what you're going to be upgrading to. So I'm just going to place it all in. So basically I'm just going to assemble it, and you can watch me do it, or how to assemble it into the case. Okay, so first off I'm going to obviously assemble this, and I'm working out where I'm going to place this, and I'm going to go for the top because there's air vents there at the back. There's more. Yeah, I'm going to go for the top. Right, okay. Right, so I'm using a 6700K in there. That should produce enough heat. And I could probably overclock it a little bit, get even more heat if I really wanted to. And that would make sense. So I've got the controller, get all the bits that I need. So obviously I need the fans. So you've got to make sure you put the fans up the right way, which is going to be this way up, with the Thermaltake logo on up that way, because I'm putting it underneath. And the cables I want to the back. So if I give you a quick demonstration, if I'm having the cording unit this side with the tube in that side, I would want these cables towards the back. So not in the front like that, because then the whole case looks messy. So have it from the back, and then I can tidy it all up. So I've worked out my orientation, and then now I'll just put it down like so. Get my other one, stick it onto the side. Then all I need to do is start matching up the 4 screws on each, well, 4 holes, 4 screws. And then I just got to find them, which are here. I'm going to not be using the AMD bracket, I'm going to be using the Intel bracket, so I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to need this as well, and then I'm going to need that bracket, and I need that cables, and AM4 not going to need them screws, AMD not going to need them screws, so everything I'm going to possibly is going to be in here. And then also I need the controller. My screws. Right, so it's got little washers as well, so just add the washers on to your screws. This looks freaking cool, man. As you can see, RGB, 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 and they're all, well, just that one's working on its own because it's on wave at the moment. So let's talk about the fans really quickly. So you can go, so thermals that's how hot my computer is at the moment. So it's 43 degrees, 109 Fahrenheit, and I can change them all to this. So where's my thermal? So thermal, and I'm going to keep everything straight and simple. So the colour looks intense, it looks nice. And you know what, if you don't like RGBs too much, you could just do this. You could try and do this. Oh, you can't do this because it's switched off. Ugh. Right, so basically, if I was to turn thermals off, like so, and keep it on cross at the moment, I can grab this and I can get rid of the RGBs if I don't want them. So see you later. As you can see, it's getting brighter and brighter, and then that's the brightest it goes. And then you've got brighter, 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 and the brightest it goes. And bang, we'll do some more that's brighter. So anyway, this is my thermal, so this is how cool my computer is at the moment. And you can go to flow, so this is flowing at the moment. If I make them all flow, because this is the good thing about it, is that you can do individual stuff, but if you want it so it's kind of synced, that's how you do it. So if I speed it up to extreme speed, you can see what we're looking at. So it's just changing the colours really quickly. Obviously you can go really slow as well. And then we've got RGB spectrum. And it just goes through all the colours and stuff like so. And then you can go to ripple. And you can change the colours. So I'm going to go with purple for that one. Then I'm going to go with green for that one. And I'm going to go with yellow for that one. As you can see, it's all different. And if I go, say I don't want this one on, I can turn it off. Or if I don't want this one on, I can turn that off and just have one. Or I could have 2 off and 3 off, whatever you want. There's just more things to go through, so there's blink. And then you can just choose what colours you want. Or you can just have it as RGB, it's up to you. Then we've got pulse, same thing, different colours, different day. And then we've got wave. So you've got full lit, and then you've got the copy colour. Oh, there we go. So you got literally 3 settings for sound card. So one's microphone with just the vocals and music and beat and stuff like that. You got 3 sound versions of that, and you got obviously thermals, which is just blue at the moment because that's the temperature of my computer. And each one you can do RGBs as well. That's pretty funky. The whole point about this is to see how much it can handle on a stress test. So we're going to use AIDA64, load it up onto the CPU, put some load on there, and see what happens and see what colour it changes. Actually, I'm going to change it to thermals now. Thermal. Right, so we've got thermal. So at the moment, as I keep saying, 43 degrees, 109 Fahrenheit. Now, let's do the little bench test and see what happens. So we've already hit 83 degrees, 181 Fahrenheit, 83. So we're fluctuating between up and down on the cores. 83 being the top core. Oh no, I was right about the PWM fans. They literally did go over 1500, so that's pretty cool. You're getting more for your money. And they're really quiet. So I've got the old school fans there as well, which is going to change it over for part 2 video, which is going to show me changing these versions out for these versions, the Ring Plus 2. Or the Ring Plus. Yeah, just the Ring Plus. Well, 92 degrees, god damn it. Right, that's the end of the review and stress testing, showing you a little something what the AIO can do by Thermaltake and all the software, as well as using it on your mobile phone. That's pretty cool. You know what to do, subscribe, share and all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you in the next one for part 2 of putting the other fans in with Thermaltake.